Welcome to my channel. My name is Franklin Shikluna. I am 26 years old and I was born in Malta on the 24th of June 1994. I am very excited to share my journey with you. I have decided to make a YouTube channel. Why? Because I have been spiritual as long as I remember, and the fact that I can share my knowledge with people, and I can share my room, my life, the love I have that's within me. And I feel it's very important to share knowledge, because first of all, at the moment, with what's happening around the world, we are in a hard situation, and a lot of people are suffering from depression, from stress, from a lot of things. So I think it's important to learn meditation and to be able to control your emotions, control your spirituality, and know there is nothing wrong with being negative sometimes. There is nothing wrong with feeling lonely. There is nothing wrong with just wanting time on your own. It's normal, we are humans, and although I'm a very sociable person, I have my times where I want to be alone. I'm an ambivert, so it means like when you are between an introvert and an extrovert, an ambivert, because you can kind of like go with both. And I have days where I just want to talk to people, and I get distracted all the time, just constantly talking to people. And then I have days where I just wanna chill in my hammock, just me in the hammock and some books, or just doing videos for YouTube and doing all these type of things, and lighting incense. This incense, my favorite, is from India, and personally I have never been to India, but as you can see, you will see my other videos, my room is like you went to India. So people always tell me, how come you have such an interest and you've never been to India? I don't know, that's what I ask myself all the time. I guess that's part of the beauty of spirituality, because when you connect to yourself and you connect deep within yourself, you know, people that connect to themselves deeply usually are people that have been through such an experience, and they suffer, and they're heartbroken, they think they found love and then they betray them. So these are usually things that will lead you to where you are now. For example, my life as a kid was very different than now. Just was a person that just goes next to a tree, and somehow I used to feel that energy. As soon as I'm next to nature, I feel certain energy within me, and that is what led me to meditation. Obviously I grew up Roman Catholic, so it's very different for me because everyone is Roman Catholic in my family, and I grew up loving a lot of things. So I kinda grew up with a lot of interests: Egypt, China, India, Tibet, Philippines. I like all these kind of lifestyles. So for me, although I've never been to these places, I have so much love for them. And yes, in the modern world nowadays, everything's changing, and it's harder to kind of like feel the traditions, because although religions and traditions sometimes can be a bit, but not for me. For me, once you see the beauty of it, and once the people practicing that thing are respecting me, then you know that is fair. Like, it's beautiful to see people dancing and getting together, and it's just beautiful to see a lot of cultures, different outfits, and different people, different loving feelings. You know, in some countries love is not all about hugging and kissing. Sometimes in some countries love is like pulling your child to be stronger, and in some religions I don't agree with certain habits, but the world is what it is, and it's hard living in a world full of different opinions. because we feel judged. Once you make peace with that, you will feel really good with yourself. You will start accepting everyone around you. I think you kind of need to be in a state of mind where you accept everyone and you judge them by time. Yes, sometimes we all judge, and it's normal. It's humanity. In fact, this is why we're in chaos, because we're always judging. We need to remember that meditation is very important to the human body, and try and forget all the things that people been telling you. There's a lot of people that say meditation is an act of this and that, but remember that there's a lot of religions out there, and there is also a lot of bad people teaching them. This is why I don't judge also priests and whatever. I'm not religious. I do love all religions and I do appreciate them. If you see my room, I have Hindu, Buddhism, Christianity, I have everything in my room. But it's not because I follow any of it, it's because I'm inspired by it. And I believe that there's only one God, and that is love and yourself, because you make your own life. And I'm not saying that you are God, but in a way you are. Because if I want to grab this statue right now, I have decided to grab this statue, and I've grabbed this statue because I have a mind and I have the emotions, so I can grab the statue, I can appreciate it, I can look at it. If it did any noise, I can listen to it. Actually it does, but you need to act to make the noise. So what I'm saying is that once you live your life and you are not brainwashed by people telling you you cannot do this and you can't do that and you cannot do this, just do what you feel is right for you. If you obviously have negative things and your mind is telling you to do something that's not good, then work on that. Try to understand the psychology of it. Try and go into detail with yourself. Meditate. This is why meditation is important, because you will learn what is good for you and what is bad. And when you're meditating, you're constantly connecting yourself, and yes, sometimes you will see good things and bad things, but accept them. Don't stop, just keep on going. Your mind is processing all your traumas, all the bad things you've been through as a kid or now, but mostly it's when you're a kid. When you grow up, it's kind of all based off when you're a kid, because when you're a kid you're innocent, you don't know the world, and whatever you see you think is real. So for example, cartoons, I knew cartoons was not real as a kid. I knew it's drawing, and when I was younger I used to love cartoons. I used to think, wow, I want to go near SpongeBob, for example, or Adventure Time, but then I knew that these are just cartoons, but yet I still appreciated them as if they were real, even though deep down I knew that they are not. And that's the thing, stop listening to people telling you this is not real, that is not real. If you truly believe there's something real within you, then believe it and share it with the people that will understand you. Do not think you're on your own, because you are not on your own. There's always people around that are similar to you. You just have to meet them and get to know them, because it's easy for us to judge, but remember, when we judge we are doing a lot of damage to ourselves, because that person might have been your best friend. If you just gave him or her a little bit of more chance, they might have had a bad day on that day. And yes, it happens to me sometimes. I meet people for the first time and everyone knows me as lovely and sociable and whatever, but I have days where I'm angry and there's something in me. Maybe it's the weather, maybe it's some people, and yeah, there is a lot of these things. There's a lot of jealousy around the world, but this is why it's important to meditate, because once you feel the love within yourself and once you feel good within yourself, then you will accept everything else, and everything will become a deeper meaning to you. I just appreciate the sun behind me just reflecting with the woods, and I appreciate it. So yes, this is why it's important to meditate, because you need to connect to yourself, and do not think you're going to become professional on your first day. That is impossible. It took me nearly 15 or more years to get to where I am, and since I've kind of deactivated from it because I went through a bit of a dark path for a while with relationships, and it's kind of damaged me a lot, but I am so happy that it happened to me. Why? Because I am the person I am nowadays. I feel more love, and I actually accepted myself more. I used to dress very hippie, and then I kind of stopped because I felt like people are judging me, and then I started hanging with the right people that appreciated my style and that appreciated my way of life, and that makes such a big difference because you kind of feel like you're in the zone. And this is what I mean. People will always judge you because they've never had an idea of how it is to be you. So remember, you only know yourself, and not fully, because we only know ourselves until the day we die, because that is the last day we can experience this physical body. But I do believe there's something else after, and if you have any questions, go ahead and ask, and I will tell you my beliefs. But my beliefs are not 100% either, because remember, I am still a human being, and although I am connected to Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you call her or him, could be a him, could be a her, whatever makes you happy, remember that Earth is real. We have nature growing in front of us every day, and yet people don't believe in nature, they believe in concrete. And this is the mistake we are doing as humans. We are ignoring what's in front of us, and we're believing something that is not actually there. And what I mean is, energy is real. We can't see it, but we can feel it. At least some of us can. So some people will tell you, I don't believe in meditation, I don't believe in energy, I don't believe in this and that, or that is just a plant. And this is what makes me really sad and angry, because you have something growing inside you that is not human. Appreciate it, because it's beautiful. Make sure to just feel the love in you, and try and grow a plant in your house. Just see it grow and appreciate it every day. Water it, and just start feeling the power of appreciation. Go out in nature, just stare at the clouds like I do. I stay in my hammock, I have a rooftop with glass, well, it's actually perspex, and I just look at the stars, or just these clouds going forward. Sometimes they stay in the same place, sometimes they run like a rabbit, and sometimes they just stay still. So just remember that nature is so beautiful if you appreciate it. Really appreciate if you follow my journey, maybe even have a chat someday. I'm very excited for this journey, and I welcome you to my channel from deep within.